You are my special boom Shibuya arc. We're talking about Shibuya arc. Hi, I'm the opening that's really red for some reason. I don't like it, Annie.
I think we're doing this review like almost a year after it premiered.
And people will appreciate the recap before the next arc, the Culling game. And that's the person who actually read the manga, Minty. And it's FunUntitled, where we solve every podcast and FU. So today we're talking about the Shibuya arc. If you want us to talk about Gojo and Geto's past, that's in a previous episode, so go find it.
Annie forgot we did that.
I did, because it was a forgettable arc. So, Shibuya arc, JJK. If you don't know what JJK is about, I don't know. I'm not gonna explain literally every fucking thing. Go watch the previous episode or look up Wikipedia. But basically, Yuji Itadori, he eats a finger, he becomes a demon called Sukuna, and then they're like, is this the plot of Naruto? And we're like, no, like maybe. So Minty, you like Shibuya arc?
Shibuya arc is when I started to not like Jujutsu Kaisen. Like I thought everything was okay, you know, kind of still on a judgment.
Yeah.
Then Shibuya was like, fuck this shit.
So we start off with Mekamaru seeing Fuckhead 1 and 2, Geto and Mahito.
Was it not Jogo?
No, Volcano Man was not there yet.
Oh, okay. Mahito.
One
of the worst villains of all animes.
Sorry, he's just kind of there a lot of times, and I'm not sure why he's there. And the end of the season, I'm still like, why was he here?
It's weird that he's there when they had Geto.
Yes.
Like, it was obvious Geto was kind of the main villain. Kind of. I feel like Geto was in charge, but he never did anything, and he never will.
So Mekamaru's like, I'm the traitor, and because you guys failed your promise doing whatever, you have to heal my body, and I get to try to kill you. And Mahito's like, but I don't want to. So Geto's like, alright, this is what a vow is. And literally right when Geto explained why Mahito cannot break a vow, Minty looked me in the eye being like, none of this matters. He's gonna talk and talk and talk about vows and how important they are. He's not gonna do shit in the rest of the series.
It didn't affect that battle.
It didn't, no.
So I was like, what was the point of this?
But then Mekamaru became hot, like I knew he would. I like Mekamaru.
Why?
He's hot. He has a ponytail. He looks like Aki from Chainsaw Man.
And Shikamaru from Naruto.
Honestly, Mekamaru should have just bailed. He should not have tried to fight them.
Yeah, I don't know what was... Well, I think it was because he betrayed them already. So they were already going to go into a fight. But because they made the deal, they had to follow through.
So there's a lot of Gundam references. In the end, Mekamaru died. Surprise, surprise. We wasn't going to resolve this in episode 1.
It's so crazy that there's this dude with this technology. And he can't be the only dude. But apparently he is the only dude with this shit.
It's amazing that he did all this in a bathtub. Pew, pew, pow.
I mean, he had glass bones and paper skin.
So Mekamaru's like, before I die, I'm going to tell everyone there's going to be a shit happen down the Halloween Town arc. I'm sorry, I meant Shibuya.
And then there's this girl with blue long hair with a sword, and I think she's cool, but everyone else is gonna hate her, and I'm gonna tell people, nah man, she cool as fuck.
You know why she cool? She created Simple Domain, man. That's gonna be important for literally like the first 3 episodes and then never again.
They do actually bring that up a lot. I just don't understand the purpose of it except to like cancel domains when domains is supposed to be one of the cool points of Jujutsu Kaisen, but they really keep canceling or making it boring.
So Mekamaru assembles the cast in Shibuya, and he's like, everyone let Gojo cook. And Gojo comes in being like, hey, what's up people? You're all trapped in this, what do they call it? The Pacific Zones?
A train station?
No, you know how they're all trapped in there and like all just chilling, they can't get out, but like, normal people can't see them. They're in a special place. So Gojo tries to free them and he has to fight Hanami and Volcano Man, who's
that was okay animation.
Named very simple, but they were like, we know Simple Domain. And Gojo's like, but did you go to the school of ass kicking? That's where I graduated. And he like uses up all his stamina to defeat all the demons and not hurt any of the people. And then Geto's like, congratulations Gojo, you did everything I expected. And Gojo's like, oh my god, my gay lover. I really wish Geto had more of a personality to make me care about this scene. Where Gojo's like, oh my god, I'm gonna let my guard down for 1 second and let you put me in the cube. Because like, I don't give a shit. I'm sorry Gojo Geto shippers. That man is plain white toast. Both of them.
I do like the ship though, I will say. I don't know much about this ship. I don't really understand the dynamic, but I understand the idea that they were best friends who had a falling out, but what happened to each other affects each other very strongly.
It's just like Gojo's whole thing, like, I'll follow you anywhere, Geto. If you want to kill these fuckers, I'll kill them with you. And when Geto turned evil, Gojo's like, well, I'm not going to actually do that. I'm gonna stay on the good side, you crazy freak. Like, was that not weird? Anyways, I digress. Toxic Yaoi, Gojo's in the cube. Spoiler alert, he goes in the Mariana Trench later.
Mariana Trench.
They make this whole deal, like, oh, this cube is so heavy we can't move it until like he's fully sealed and plays no part in the story whatsoever. And then we go off to the Team 7 of Jujutsu Kaisen. They're all separated. Yuji is with Mei Mei, aka the worst character of JJK.
Whoa, hold on. Just because of the last episode and the last scene you see her in this season does not make her the worst character of Jujutsu Kaisen.
Well, it seems like a lot of people hate her. Megumi is with Nanami's bitch boy. Nobura's with some blonde bimbo. And then Yamaki's here. She's with Nanami for some reason. Inumaki and Panda being there makes no fucking sense.
Honestly, they really don't play a role in the story.
So I'm like, JJK man, I'm sorry you created all these characters. They didn't have to be here. They could go somewhere else. So Yuji and Mei Mei, they fight a dude who gives a shit. And like, Yuji, truly, the only thing Yuji does is important is when he meets his quote-unquote brother, the painting. Choso. But blood manipulation, that battle was cool as shit.
It was, but the lighting was weird.
I don't like how much JJK cheats by making, this scene looks really cool. It's, JJK does this really cheap thing where they make everything dark but have like bright neon accent lighting. Like, isn't this cool? It's like, I guess. What? God forbid anything happens not in the dark in this goddamn series, but
I think before, like, it used to be really cool, you know, like with older animes. But with newer animes, it's just kind of done, and unless you have a reason, it's just kind of weird.
I've also, Itadori is a very boring fighter. We have this guy doing generic blood arts, and Itadori's like, I gotta punch him really hard. Maybe I'll do the Black Flash. Ooh.
I don't know if at this point Yuji has his unique ability, because in the anime, they don't explain any powers, which I'm totally fine with. But Yuji's unique power is technically like a double punch.
Oh.
So he punches someone, and then a little time later, they get a punch again.
Oh, it's like feature sight.
Kind of, but it's just the same move twice. And it doesn't really play a big role in any way, shape, or form anyways, which is why they gave him more powers during the last match of the series.
Like I said, Yuji's main fight was Chiso. I know he had to fight with Megumi.
Choso.
I know he had to fight with Megumi about that bald guy being like, oh, every strong attack against me is actually weak, and every weak attack against me is strong. And I'm like, okay.
Oh yeah, that was ridiculous.
So if you fought like a child, you would get your ass beaten.
To be fair though, he can turn the power on and off, I believe.
Oh, okay. So he won't get his ass beaten, but that was also stupid, the assassins being like, oh, I like doing whatever I wanted. But when Gojo was born, I couldn't. This literal child prevented me from being a mass murderer. Like, go cry a river, old man.
Kind of like when All Might became the symbol of peace.
Yeah. Then Yuji gets his ass kicked and only got saved by plot armor. Like, oh, it's not plot armor. It's important that Choso is his brother.
I never understood why they did this. What was the point? Because it's like Choso and his brothers were all in painting, and you hate the parent you have in common with. So he's like, I guess technically a half brother, but it's like, why does this matter? It feels like it's cheap just so that like Yuji can have more allies for whatever reason.
I just say, if you lose to an enemy before the main bad guy, pretty sure you're not gonna defeat the main bad guy.
That is true.
So you become useless to me.
It breaks the Dragon Ball rules.
The Dragon Ball rules. So then the two Ghetto girls are like, oh my god, let's feed him fingers. Like, he can kill Ghetto. Cause like, what that brain guy is doing in his head, totally whack. Wiggity whack. And then, God, I'm just calling him Volcano Man. I don't care about his real name. It's
Jogo!
too close to Gojo.
That was the point, probably.
He's like, hey, I'm gonna fight you. And then we have that meme where Sukuna's like, oh, you're gonna fight me? Well, I'm gonna defeat you with my fire arrow. But, you know, don't worry. Be proud. You were strong. And Jogo's like, oh, I was strong? And he finally gets his ass beaten.
Yes.
Fine, I'm sick of that, man. I'm like consolidating with the characters just so we don't jump around so much. But then we go Nova. She fights, I forget what his name is. I'm gonna call him Dimitri because his English voice actor is Dimitri.
Oh, the ponytail boy.
Yeah, like, my power is I put all my luck into little miracles. That way I can kill people. If they try to kill me back, I have a little miracle to save me.
Yeah, he's very annoying.
Very irritating. He survived way longer. But then Nanami comes like, I'm gonna kick your ass because Nobara couldn't do it for some god reason. And Nanami's like, where is my bitch boy who puts a bag over his head?
I am fighting this grandma and grandson combination.
And grandma is going to bring out Toji. And like, why did Megumi's dad have to come?
I think she found like his remains or something, and she knew he was strong because he didn't have curse energy, but he could still fight curses. But he was so strong that when Toji took over the grandson, she could not control him anymore.
So that was literally Nobara's point until later on. on is just getting her ass beaten.
But that was the domain thing. Wasn't she part of the...
No, she was not part of the fish domain. Maki, Grandpa, Nanami was in the fish domain fighting. Then Megumi came and was like, guys, if I open my domain right here, you guys can get out. But then Toji actually came in and he defeated the fish man. And then Toji's like, I'm gonna beat up Megumi now. And Megumi's like, what are you doing here? What plot surface do you serve? I was really hot the last arc, so the fans wanted me back. And I have to prove I'm not the most shittiest father in the world. You know, like, it was a weird redemption arc.
That
right?
is true. Yeah, now that you bring it up, because I was like, oh yeah, why did you bring Toji back to be all like, oh, your name is Fushiguro? I'm okay with that. I can move on now. But it really, like, it still makes no sense to me how he is a Zenin, but then he left and married Fushiguro, who had a girl from another marriage, and he had Megumi from another marriage, because they're step-siblings, not half-siblings, step-siblings, and the sister ended up raising him, I think, because he and the wife ran away.
The worst part is the series is over. Minty read the whole thing. We're never gonna get answers to any of this.
There might be answers, because I feel like somehow I'm always missing Jujutsu Kaisen info, and I'm like, I'm a pretty slow reader, and I try to take in a lot. So how did I miss certain things?
You find out in like a Q&A.
Oh, I would hate that. I would hate if I had to learn like JK Rowling Twitter.
Like how you find out Rika's a psychopath from her info cards.
What?
You know, Rika, Yuta's fiance, she's like, the grandma blamed her for the death of her father, and then she stole the mom's wedding ring.
Oh, right.
Yeah, it's like the side stuff from there.
Doesn't make her a psychopath.
Well, it implies she's a psychopath.
For stealing a wedding
There's
ring?
more implications.
Whatever.
So, yeah, that was a weird thing. And I'm so sorry, Toji fans, if you're like, that was the best part of Shibuya arc. So I would say that's like the first half of Shibuya arc, where like there's a lot of pointless battles.
You make it sound like the second part is different.
Well, the second part is when I consider Yuji, he wakes up and he's like, oh shit, what happened? Oh my god, I killed all these people.
They don't explain what happened, right? Why he wakes up.
No, they don't explain that.
Okay, it's stupid.
I think he wakes up because Sukuna's like, I did a good job here. Yuji, come check it out. Oh shit, we switch.
They should have explained it in this season.
Yeah, well maybe I wasn't paying attention.
No, I mean, they probably do it later. You'll find out what it is in season 3, and it's just stupid.
Like when Megumi fought Dimitri and he brought out that weird angel looking thing, I was like, am I not paying attention? What is this?
Yeah, that's not related to Hanami, right? Hanami
No,
and that
they
thing were separate but looked very similar.
Yeah, it was just like, I guess like you can't be alive when you summon this, so you gotta kill me, Dimitri, and then I can summon it. And Dimitri's like, oh hell no, why'd you do that for? I don't really have good powers here.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah.
So like things like that makes me think maybe I'm not paying attention to JJK.
I wasn't.
Well.
I'm sick of this series already.
Anyways, this is why do I consider this shit hits the fan. So for some god reason, Nanami got burned by Jogo off screen with Maki, and old man. I think Maki's grandpa died. I think he told me the man who had animation powers died.
He did.
Unfortunately, the best man of the series. He bought Megumi from slavery. So Nanami's like, I'm gonna defeat all these monsters because I'm pretty sure Megumi is still fighting Toji. And he's like dreaming that he's on the beach of Malaysia with Mei Mei, I guess. That's why she was also there. And then Mahito's like, I'm gonna kill you, Nanami. And Nanami's like, oh god, should I tell Yuji that he got this? Oh, that'd be kind of cruel. But then Bow Haircut Boy comes and is like, I don't think anyone cares about me, Nanami.
I know, they make him so important in Nanami's story, and I'm like, you were there for like a page or two. Like, there's no story with you. You came and died very quickly. Okay, I hate this scene because A, Nanami and Mahito had a very good fight in season 1, animation-wise anyways. 2, when Nanami was fighting all those curses, why was he not doing the 3-7 thing?
Maybe he was, he just wasn't making a fan show of it.
Okay, but the whole cool part is the animation of him doing the 3-7 thing. Because I always thought Nanami was cool for the 3-7 thing. Not personality-wise, but for that. And just for Mahito to just come and basically touch his face and make him like disappear felt very anticlimactic to what was building up already.
I thought it was a pointless death. Maybe that was the whole thing. Yuji was trying to prevent pointless death.
And yeah, it's like, Yuji, you're suddenly close to Nanami, and I don't think you guys did much. I think the most he did was save you from Mahito.
So then Yuji's gonna fight Mahito, and Mahito's like, what if I brought Nobara here? And what if for some god unexplicit reason we have a Nobara flashback that's super boring and doesn't really explain anything about her character?
I did think that too when I read it.
We just really got hammered on the fact that this is the bury your gays trope because she was a giant lesbian.
Look, everyone's gotta have death flags before their death.
Well, apparently not. So, because Mahito kills off Nobara, spoiler, doesn't mean anything, doesn't do anything. She comes back later.
She does resonance on Mahito's clone, which is one of the reasons why Yuji was able to defeat Mahito. She's clearly very powerful. They bring this up with Sukuna because he jumped the shark and he rolled himself into a corner. But it was kind of like, maybe we don't kill Nobara. We don't kill the gay characters.
So Nobara's quote-unquote dead, and Yuji Itadori has another breakdown because all he's doing is like having breakdown. And that's when the photo comes with weird blonde boy and like, brother, stand proud. This blonde boy has the most ass power. Well, he can prevent you from getting any more wounds. He just stabilizes you. And he's like, yeah, I guess I'm gonna heal her.
I don't remember this blonde kid.
He looks like a butler dude. He's like, okay, I stabilized. I'm not saying she's alive. I'm just saying not dead. And then he skedaddled with Nobara. That was whole role. Like the most strongest character. He's even stronger than the doctor lady. Cause I've actually seen this man save a life compared to the doctor lady. So then Totoro and Yuji Itadori, they fight Mahito, and Mahito's doing all these cool body horror things. Totoro's doing the whole teleporting thing. Yuji Itadori punches hard.
That was pretty good animation.
Good animation.
This fight with Mahito.
But like I said, I'm only really looking at Mahito because Itadori's just doing parkour half the time. There's no cool shit that Itadori can ever do.
Right,
Then
that is true.
Totoro does his whole, I don't know if that was his domain expansion, but when he was with the idol, like Tan got cut off and they were both like beating up Mahito.
Yeah, I don't think that's a domain expansion. I think there's a reason why it's called Boogie Woogie.
Okay. So then Mahito, I guess he gets defeated by Yuji Itadori in the most anticlimactic way where he got punched hard.
I am you, and you is me.
And he's like, what does that mean, Yuji Itadori? Okay, that quote, I didn't understand for the longest time why people hyped it up. And Minty had to explain. Mahito kills humans for no reason, and Itadori kills curses for no reason, so they are the same. But Yuji Itadori, do you not kill curses to like make people's lives better, to protect the weak? No, just because? Okay.
I think it's not necessarily why you do it, but it's just the idea that like you do it without much remorse. And I did watch somebody else's video to have this explained to me. There's somebody on Instagram, because I don't go on TikTok, who explains a lot of JJK, and it did help me to make more sense of it. But after a while, I was like, I don't give a shit about JJK enough to truly understand JJK. But his videos are very good.
Okay. I appreciate people who do that. If you find anyone who does that with Hunter x Hunter, let me know.
There are many videos that come out when a new chapter of Hunter x Hunter comes out to help remind people, and nothing is gonna help me understand Hunter x Hunter more than, I don't know, memory.
We need like a conspiracy board. So Geto comes like, hey, remember that anime by Junji Ito? Did you like that anime?
Oh, I forgot about the Uzumaki scene.
Yeah, Mike's just like, the first episode was okay, but second, third, and fourth was kind of ass. And Geto's like, how dare you insult my favorite anime, Uzumaki reference. And he turns Mahito into Uzumaki, who I guess once you spiral that, then you can use their powers or some shit. Oh my god. And then Choso comes and they fight. And then Totoro's teacher comes. And I don't know her powers or her stance in anything. And then I guess curses are now running amok in Japan. And we had a whole episode to explain like, oh, Japan's in peril now. And I'm like, oh my god, did we not actually defeat anyone?
Wait, did anything happen? I didn't think anything happened after Shibuya.
There's just literally curses everywhere. And like, that's the scene where Yuta had to save that little girl from the 7-Eleven.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, and Yuta's like, yo, I fucking hate Yuji Itadori. He cut off the arms of my homeboy Inumaki. And it's like, what do you mean? What the fuck? You didn't show that on screen. We have to get that in an exposition dump by Yuta. Oh my god, this story is so ass.
Yuta?
Yeah, Yuta had to explain that Inumaki got hurt. That's why he wants to kill Itadori.
No, Yuta's there because Gojo is no longer there. They resume Yuji's execution. Yuta is Yuji's executioner.
Yeah, but I'm just saying why he was like, yo, I don't care about Gojo's wishes. He hurt Inumaki. This gay ship is sailing.
I don't know who ships that.
I think some people, I don't know. You don't ship Yuta and Maki, so you must ship Yuta and Inumaki.
Rika.
Oh, Rika, okay. And it's just like, I can't believe this is how you're gonna end the season. Well, Yuji Itadori technically kills the bad guy, when everything's just kind of for shit now.
See, that's part of the reason why I think this is such a garbage arc. The curses really had no reason to take Gojo. There were too many characters introduced, and too many deaths of characters you wanted alive. And when you read the manga, there's too much explanation. But overall, the point of this arc, I have no idea. there?
There was a scene, literally in the Mahito versus Yuji fight. Like, I guess Mahito did an attack, and for some reason, we had to do a play-by-play of why Yuji Itadori could still charge at Mahito, even though Todo couldn't. And I was like, we could just watch this play out.
Yeah.
We don't have to do this.
Yeah, I don't know why the anime will bring in some narrative explanation.
And let's go down the list with her. Yuji Itadori didn't do shit. Maybe he had one cool move. Maybe the black flash and the fact that he's the only one that can touch Mahito for some reason.
He also gets the animation budget.
He also gets the animation budget with the parkour. Megumi. He gets to talk to his dad, but really his rabbits kick more ass than Megumi.
Not that he knew that was his dad.
You are my dad. And Nobara. I don't know why we gave a whole episode to a goddamn flashback.
Excuse you, Nobara's my favorite.
Sorry. Inumaki. I kinda didn't even remember he was in Shibuya arc for him to get his arms cut off.
Honestly, I don't even remember that because it's not like when you read the last chapters, because he's there, but he's not like armless, although I can't tell.
Maki. She has one cool fight and then she gets burned by Jogo, the best character of JJK, I guess. I'm like, Maki, why were you here?
Why was anyone there?
Why was anyone there?
Panda.
Panda. You know what, Panda? We ended the series and I still don't know your skis.
Panda is a dead panda that the principal put 3 souls into. So Panda is the middle child, I believe. He has an older brother who's a gorilla who we saw in this arc, but it was a very short battle. And he has a little sister. I don't think they ever said what the little sister was.
A+ writing. Honestly, after fuck me, an asshole. After Gojo got sealed up, I didn't care anymore. Only his fights were cool.
I did, because I think Gojo's so fucking overused and overrated and overhyped about for a guy who doesn't do much and his powers suck and you have to have the most complicated infographics to explain it, and I can't even confirm if the infographic is even correct.
My problem is I can't even begin to start trying to fix the Shibuya arc, because the biggest problem I think with the Shibuya arc is I didn't understand the purpose other than to seal Gojo, because after they sealed Gojo they needed to buy time, but they seem to have used that time to try to get Sukuna. But then after a while, Mahito's like, I don't want Sukuna, I want him dead. It's like, then you don't need Sukuna for your plans then.
I do wonder if Geto even wants Sukuna, because Mahito was created by Geto, I guess. Like, Jogo wants Sukuna, but I don't actually know if Geto does. Because I feel like Geto, in terms of wanting to destroy all non-sorcerers, could do that without Sukuna.
I just feel like this whole arc could have been saved if they were just all fighting for the cube at one point.
That would make sense, yes.
Because honestly, God, I think we all forgot about the cube after a while.
Truly, honestly, yeah. I mean, they kind of made this whole thing about we're all gonna go to level B5, but I think like you needed the cube in the battle, like maybe trading hands with people.
Yes, and actually add some stakes. Like if Nanami died trying to get the cube, I'd be like, okay, that makes sense.
Right.
Overall, I'm not really looking forward to the Culling game, but you'll know that we'll cover it for some god reason.
For some god reason.
So we'll see you next time for a Culling game, not the Twilight Edward Cullen, it's another Cullen.
I will say the only thing is, I really like Yuta.
Well, I'm very sorry about what happens to him. Bye!